Hey, this is Dan. Welcome back to Real Man Coupon, and this video is going to be a video response for Greg at Crazy Coupon Guy. He just put up a video here a little bit ago. It was Walgreens shoutouts and vlogging. And anyways, talking a little bit about Walgreens, and he did some shoutouts, and he did a really great shout out for me. And then he was also talking about weather phenoms and horrible weather, and and was asking for us to put in stories of maybe something we've seen and places we've been or whatever, and seen some crazy weather. And I've got a couple little things. I used to drive truck over the road, and I've been, pretty much coast to coast, border to border. So I've been pretty much in every situation you can, kind of think of. But a couple that really stand out in my mind is one down in Amarillo, Texas. I was coming just north of, heading north. I can't remember the highway name. It was too many years ago. But anyway, it was kind of windy that day. And anyway, there was hundreds of dirt devils, like little 10 to 50 foot spirals and spinning little tiny itty bitty tornadoes all across, in front of me and on the sides, both sides of the road, out in the middle of the desert. Very cool to watch, very cool to look at. Like I said, it was windy and kind of rough to drive through, but it was very, very cool just seeing hundreds and hundreds of dirt devils dancing, all out. So I cranked up the music in the truck and just sat and watched the dirt devils. So that was kind of a cool one. Kind of a, kind of a little weather phenom. I mean, nothing major, but I thought it was interesting. One of the scariest ones I've ever seen in my life, I was in the panhandle of Oklahoma. I was pulling a bulk tanker, and if you guys have ever seen that, it's kind of like a regular tanker. And anyway, it's got the big air slides on the bottom of, like 3 pods on the bottom of it. Anyway, I was loaded down with sand, coming down the road, and I come over the little rolling hills, come over one of the little rolling hills, and the whole skyline in front of me was just completely black. I mean, black. And this is the middle of the day, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And anyway, as I got a little closer, all of a sudden, all the cars and the traffic in front of me had stopped and pulled over to the shoulder of the road. So I figured they knew something I didn't know. So what I did is I pulled over behind this car. This white car. It was like a LeBaron. I mean, it's just, just an older car or whatever. Anyway, so I pulled over behind it, and I was just sitting there watching. And anyway, all of a sudden, this gust of wind just hit and just started going like crazy. I mean, it was just blowing. I mean, my truck sitting up was leaning over to the side, and just sitting there just shaking like crazy. I had rocks and hail and pieces of wood and trees, little branches and stuff just smacking the side of the truck like crazy. And anyway, the car right in front of me, the little LeBaron, anyway, had a ragtop on it. It was a convertible. Anyway, as I'm sitting there in the middle of this probably 50, 60, 70 mile an hour wind, all of a sudden the convertible ragtop ripped off of the car in front of me and went flying. As all I could see in there was a woman driving, and in the back seat I could see a little boy similar to this one with blonde hair, with his hair just whipping back and forth in the back seat, and I could see where they were both screaming. The lady froze. I jumped out of the truck, ran up there. I grabbed the kid, snatched him out of the car seat, and I grabbed him, and she was screaming, kind of hitting me and telling me to get away and leave her alone. But I just basically just told her to shut up and get in my truck. Anyway, brought him back, got him in my truck, threw the kid back in the sleeper of my semi, and I got the lady back in there, and we both sat in there. And anyway, we waited for the storm to pass. Well, the tornado went in front of us by maybe 100 yards. Right in front of us, after it all got cleared and it all got past, and all this debris went flying. I had 2 broken windows. I had a busted mirror on the side. I had little dents in the side of my truck in the metal. And anyway, got all said and done and got back out. 100 yards ahead of us, the road was gone. It was just gone. If we would have been 100 yards forward, we'd probably all been wiped out. But anyway, we figured it was a F3 had come through right across the road and pretty much took out everything. Anyway, long story short, this lady basically fell in love with me at the time, and she wanted to marry me, and she wanted to give me favors and all kinds of stuff right there on the spot. But anyway, I sent her on her way. Stayed there for 6, 7 hours filling out police reports and damage reports and all that stuff. But that was the craziest thing I've ever been in. Everybody says when you see a tornado, you see it coming. I couldn't see nothing. It was just solid black. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the whole world went away for a little while. And like I say, my truck, loaded down as heavy as I was, my truck was still leaning off to one side like crazy. So anyway, that was for you, Greg. That's a good weather phenom, I guess, and kind of a weather story about a tornado. I mean, I've been through all kinds of crazy weather. I've had my truck sideways. I've been in ditches. I've been in a couple accidents, and and I was on the outskirts of New Orleans when Katrina hit, and I just stayed right around the top side of the storm over to Florida, and actually kind of went right around Katrina and barely missed it. But yeah, I've been in a lot of different situations. So anyway, for all you guys, if you never checked out Greg over at Crazy Coupon Guy, he does a lot of really good couponing videos. He's also got another channel, is My Chef Greg, where he does cooking, and he's so funny, he's so great. Love Greg. He's a great guy, great personality. He's so much fun. Definitely go check him out. He's got those 2 channels.
You have just received an email.
Told you, Greg, every single time. Anyway, yeah, go check out Greg. He rocks, man. He is so awesome. Then he has another channel, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of it, but I will put the link down below. So he has 3 channels, and and he does sign language and does some vlogging on his 3rd channel. But yeah, Crazy Coupon Guy, Greg, got to go check him out. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This one's for you, Greg.